What's up, everybody? I am JWMaher. This is Why We Love Horror Trivia. It's another doubleheader of the Why We Love Horror Singles Challenge series. I put out a post on the old Facebook, and a bunch of people challenged other people in the league. And these are two of those matches. So we're going to get right into it. We're going to bring in the person who challenged this other person. He can explain why he did what he did. The former champ. He loves it when I call him that. Big business, Jeremy Potters. How's it feeling, man?
I'm good.
So,
yeah, I saw.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
When you put the post up,
I was asking, why'd you challenge him?
Yeah, when you put the post up, I was like, oh, this is great. First off, I came up with the idea of JPO and Will. Will didn't wear his hat. Go check the records. I was first. Those dickweeds. Anyway, Zach's really cool. And I figured maybe we would get to play at some point in the league, but like, why wait? He's cool. And I love Aaron and Abby. They're great. So I've played them. Let's play the rest of the family. Also, whoever loses this has to watch Exorcist 2: The Heretic, because there has to be stakes. It can't just be for fun. We have to knock off that just here to have fun shit. There's got to be something to play for.
This league, very serious and serious stakes. And we're gonna hold them to it. It better be on your Letterboxd. I'll tell you that much. We'll bring in the challenge, the aggrieved party in this case. Mr. Bill Messinger, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm a little surprised that I was the one that actually got challenged. Normally, I'm the one that does the challenging. But yeah, no, I've seen Jeremy's matches. Great guy. I'm very eager to play him and see how it goes.
All right.
And yes, I will have Exorcist 2 on my Letterboxd if I lose by tomorrow. So yes.
Short and sweet. Here we are. We're ready for 3 rounds of horror trivia this evening. Round 1 in singles is always a speed round. Prior to the match, Zach drafted 4 categories. Jeremy drafted 4 categories. I wrote 8 questions. I'm going to ask those questions relatively rapidly. I'll say a question, 10 seconds. I'll say a question, 10 seconds. It goes on and on like that until I've asked all 8 questions. The round ends 10 seconds after I ask the 8th question. However, both players get 3 repeats in a challenge. If they want to, they can burn a repeat in round number 1, and I will basically stop the clock, repeat as many questions as they want, and give them 20 seconds to wrap it up. It will cost them a repeat, but it basically does away with the speed round portion of it. If you get all 8 questions correct, you get a 9th bonus question. Any questions before we get started?
Let's go.
All right. Your first question comes in the controversy. In The Nun 2, the buried relic Irene is looking for is what body part of St. Lucy? It's been eligible for a while, but I'm sure everybody dreads answering Nun 2 questions. Your second question in a different franchise. Nightmare on Elm Street. While possessed by Freddy, how is Freeburg killed in Freddy vs. Jason? And your third is in Radio Silence Directed. Who both stars in one segment and directs a different segment in VHS? I have to phrase that very specifically to avoid people getting cute. Your next question. And Jack Nicholson acted. Who composed the score to Wolf? The answer may surprise you. Your next question. Mia Goth acted. What does marrowbone refer to in Marrowbone? And we're moving along to actor filmographies. Very simply, who appears in 1988's Child's Play, 1985's Fright Night, and Bordello of Blood? Going over to movie release dates. What year saw the release of The Frighteners, The Craft, and The Island of Dr. Moreau? And your final question is in Blumhouse produced. They Them primarily takes place at what type of location? And your chance to use a repeat will expire in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we'll put that away. We'll go to Jeremy first. Jeremy, what are your answers?
For one, I have hand. 2, cut in half. 3, I said radio because I don't know. 4, I said Howard Shore. 5, a town. 6, Corey Feldman. 7, 1996, and 8, a camp.
And Zach, what do you got?
For number 1, I put eyes. 2, I said sliced in half. 3, I just guessed Tyler Gilliate. I think that's how you say his name. 4, I guessed Jerry Goldsmith. 5, I said last name. 6, I didn't get. 7, I said 1998. And 8, I just guessed camp.
All right, at the end of round 1, I have Zach in the lead 4-3. The answers to the questions, and the Nun 2, it's the eyes of St. Lucie that are buried there. Freeburg is cut in half, sliced in half, by Jason. Joe Swanberg is the guy that gets knifed in the neck in Ty West's movie, and then he also directs The Strange Thing That Happened to Emily when she was younger. Ennio Morricone, the Score to Wolf, believe it or not, he was still active then. Marrowbone is the family's last name in Marrowbone. Chris Sarandon is in Child's Play, Fright Night, and Bordello of Blood. 1996 is the year those movies came out, and They Them takes place at a conversion camp. So camp is the correct answer.
Okay.
That being said, we're going to move on to round number 2. All of those categories are on a wheel now. Player in the lead, that being Zach, can decide whether we want to spin first or defer to their opponent. Both players get one chance to spin the wheel. When a player spins, they can either take the slice they landed on originally, or they can do one respin. If the respin's used, you have to take what you land on. Contestant will receive 5 2-point questions when they settle on a category. And if they don't know the answer right away, they can opt to hear multiple choice for any question, and the question is then worth 1 point. If an incorrect answer is given, their opponent can steal it for the current point value of the question. Let's bring in the wheel and go over what's on the wheel again. Zach, you can choose to go first or second. Categories today: The Conjureverse, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Radio Silence, Jack Nicholson, Mia Goth, Actor Filmography, Movie Release Dates, and Blumhouse. Do you want to spin first or defer?
I will defer.
All right, Jeremy, here's your first spin.
Okay.
And you get Mia Goth. Do you want to keep that or spin again?
Oh, let's go again. See if I can get one of mine.
You land on Nightmare on Elm Street, which you will have to take.
Okay.
All right. Jeremy, ready for your questions in A Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yep, I think so.
Your first question. Where in the school does Freddy kill Coach Schneider in Freddy's Revenge?
In the showers.
That is exactly what I have. He's a strange little guy.
Drink.
But that movie's a strange little movie.
That movie's a strange little movie. Yeah.
Drink.
Your second question. Who directed 2010's A Nightmare on Elm Street?
I knew this was going to be the question. Samuel Bayer.
That's his name. Yeah,
It's his only movie.
correct. Your third question. Who plays Maggie Burroughs in Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare?
Multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, Leslie Dean, B, Lindsay Fields, C, Lisa Zane, or D, Lisa Ryder?
C.
That's her name too, Lisa Zane. Your fourth question. What sport does Yvonne play in The Dream Child? Five, 4, 3.
Multiple choice.
A, field hockey, B, soccer, C, track, or D, diving?
Diving.
She is on the dive team. That is correct.
Yeah.
And your final question. What does Nancy rig to explode by filling it with gunpowder in the original Nightmare on Elm Street? Five, 4, 3, 2.
Extension.
Okay, your first repeat. What does Nancy rig to explode by filling it with gunpowder in the original Nightmare on Elm Street? Five.
Light.
That is correct. Light bulb. That is correct. The end of your part of the round, you're in the lead 11-4. We're going to drop this back. We're going to bring our friend the wheel back in. Zach, here's your first spin.
All right.
And you get a free respin.
Man, just right 5 more.
You get actor filmographies. Do you want to take that or spin again?
I will spin again.
All right. You get Mia Goth. All right. You ready for these Mia Goth questions, Zach?
All right, let's go.
Your first question. Who plays Dr. Heinrich Vollmer, the lead physician at the Wellness Center in A Cure for Wellness?
Oh, shit. Damn, multiple choice.
Is it A, David Thewlis, B, Mark Strong, C, Jason Isaacs, or D, Frank Whaley?
Jason Isaacs.
That is correct. And I say this every time A Cure for Wellness comes up. Dane DeHaan, graduate of Emmaus High School, the most famous kid that ever went here.
Oh.
Your second question. What year saw the release of High Life?
Oh, shit. Multiple choice.
Is it A, 2018, B, 2019, C, 2020, or D, 2021?
Is it 2020?
That is incorrect. Chance for a 1-point steal, Jeremy. Is it A, 2018, B, 2019, C, 2020, or D, 2021?
I'll say 2019.
Also incorrect. Came out way back in 2018.
Oh,
Fair
wow.
Your third question. When James is first cloned in Infinity Pool, how is the clone executed by the local son?
He was stabbed in the chest, right?
I will take stabbed. He stabs him in he stabs him. Whatever.
Well, all right. Well,
your fourth question. In Marrowbone, where in town does Allie work?
Library.
That is correct for 2 points. And your final question in Mia Goth. How is Mitzi related to Pearl in Pearl?
If this is who I think it is, she's her sister-in-law, right?
That is correct. And we're tied up going into round number 3. Yeah, she's Harold's sister. Yeah.
Blonde
All
chick.
right. Round 3. We make the same joke every week. He's not dead, but it is the Austin Pez Memorial synopsis round. He dies in spirit. Prior to the match, both players drafted 3 general movie categories. These 6 choices are in a pool from which either player can select at any time. Player who's trailing, at this point they're tied. Zach can choose. I think Zach will choose because he was challenged. He gets to choose what he wants first. To get a 2-point question. Once he gets the lead, player will switch over to Jeremy. They'll go back and forth through a 2, 3, and 5-point question. When you select the category from the pool that comes out of the pool, you can't pick it again. Play ends when either I've asked all these questions or one player is mathematically unable to catch up. All right, All right, Zach, the categories you can choose from for your 2-point question. 2010s, 2020s, animal and nature survival, found footage, horror comedies, and monsters and other beasts. What would you like for a 2-point question?
I will take found footage.
All right, found footage it is. For 2 points. Unveiled through a made-for-TV documentary, 5 tales of found footage horror emerge to take viewers on a terrifying journey into the grim underbelly of the 1980s.
this that the last broadcast?
That is incorrect. I thought leaving all the clues in there would get it to you. It's VHS 85. VHS 85.
Shoot.
But since you are tied, we will go over to Jeremy, and I'll remove found footage from this list. So the categories you could pick for your 2-point question are as follows. We got the 2010s, the 2020s, animal and nature survival, horror comedies, and monsters and other beasts. What would you like?
I'll take 2010s.
The 2010s for 2. Paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren work to help a family terrorized by a dark presence in their farmhouse. Name that movie.
The Conjuring.
That is the first Conjuring. That is correct.
Dang.
So we'll go back over to Zach now. Zach, here are what you have remaining to pick for your 3-point question. You have the 2020s, animal and nature survival, horror comedies, or monsters and other beasts. What would you like?
I will take 2020s.
All right, 2020s for 3. A psychic medium attempts to uncover the truth behind her sister's murder at the site of the crime. Name that movie.
So far, my favorite movie of the year, Oddity.
That is Oddity. That is correct.
That's cool.
Figure a couple people probably haven't seen that one yet, but good for 3.
They should, because it's great.
Jeremy, your remaining ones: animal and nature survival, horror comedies, monsters and other beasts. What would you like for a 3?
I'll try animal and nature survival.
All right, for 3. An urban couple goes camping in the woods and finds himself lost in the territory of a predatory black bear. Name that movie.
What's that called? Oh, shit. It's something rock.
5, 4, 3.
Black Rock.
No, I know what movie you're thinking of, like Body at Brighton Rock. It's not that movie. This is Backcountry. Backcountry.
Okay.
That will take out animal and nature survival. You're left with just your 5-pointer. You have either horror comedies or monsters and other beasts. What do you want for a 5?
Monsters and other beasts. Why not?
All right, monsters and other beasts. Here's your question. The blood of a primitive fish exposed to gamma rays causes a benign research professor to regress to an ape-like, bloodthirsty, prehistoric hominid. Name that movie. Five, 4.
It's gotta be old.
2.
Repeat.
The blood of a primitive fish exposed to gamma rays causes a benign research professor to regress to an ape-like, bloodthirsty, prehistoric hominid. Name that movie.
Is that Michael Goff movie? Oh, I cannot think of what that's called. That's something in my head. Tonga. I can't remember. Yeah.
And your winner, Zach Messinger. This is simply called Monster on the Campus. It is an old movie.
Oh, shit.
It's
Okay.
from the 1950s.
Right.
Monster on the Campus is what we're looking for.
To
That
be
being
funny-
said,
To be funny, I would have guessed Hulk Shark.
Hulk Shark. We're going to drop Zach back, talk to Jeremy really quick. So, Jeremy, your challenge unsuccessful. You will have to watch Exorcist 2. How do you feel about that?
I'm not pumped. I mean, that's kind of the point. But no, it's a lot of fun. You know, this is a great match. I got something in round 2 that I didn't. If I had gotten those Mia Goth questions, I wouldn't have got anything. So I think this is just a lot of fun, and I actually prepped for this one. So, but Zach played great, and he's obviously up with the new releases. So, hey, good game, man. Good game.
Well, we'll probably have you back. We'll be resetting everything. We'll have you back in singles, back in teams. Anybody else you want to play? You haven't played yet?
I wouldn't mind playing Brandon Dunlap. I think that might be a fun match.
That I can make happen. That will happen. All right.
He's a good dude.
Jeremy, always a pleasure having you. We'll see you soon.
You too.
Bring in today's winner. Zach, You did it. You don't. Was Exorcist 2 a motivator for you, or?
Maybe just slightly, you know. that and I was just also hoping to just get to 500 in singles, because if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure my loss to Rose in the tournaments counts for my record. But you know, yeah, okay, yeah. But yeah, no, great game to Jeremy. He played great too. Killed those Nightmare on Elm Street questions, and yeah, I'm looking forward to see what he does in the future. And yeah.
All right. Well, we know we're going to see you in a few weeks for the you're playing for the number one contendership in the teams.
Yes.
So we'll see you then. So not to make people sick of you, I'm going to drop you backstage and close this part of the show out. Hey, there's an intermission coming, and the Chad versus Kerri Webb Civil War is coming right up.
Hello, and thank you for your business. Why not stop by our refreshment stand? We have all kinds of special treats, but don't take my word for it. Take it away, fellas!
Come on, take a stroll to the snack bar, bring your family by. Come on, take a stroll to the snack bar, have a good time. Popcorn for all, hell's on its way. Come on, take a stroll to the snack bar, have a good time.
2 minutes till showtime. There's still plenty of time to visit the refreshment stand.
Come on down to the snack bar, let your eyes out, let your eyes out, have a good time to the snack bar. Come on, take a stroll to the snack bar, have a good time.
Welcome back for today's main event. I was just talking to the competitors backstage, and I said that, regardless of, prestige of a match, I think when it's a family feud, it should go at the end of the show, and that is exactly what we have here. These two have played before, and I believe I'm bringing in the victor of that match first. She chose to come in first. Kerri Webb, how are you doing today? How do you feel about your opponent?
Doing great. I feel great. I know He's been looking forward to a rematch for a long time, so I'm excited to play him, and I hope we can just have a little bit of fun.
All right, we're gonna see how if he feels the same way. It's Chad Webb. Chad, I know you asked for this match, so I don't know what that means in the Webb household. Like if you're harboring ill will, or if it's still friendly. Like you did ask for a rematch, so
Yes.
you feel a way. You feel a certain way.
Yeah,
Obviously.
I mean,
Tell us
it's very much so friendly. There's no ill will. Honestly, it's actually kind of the opposite, where I had a lot of fun with my wife playing her, and I'm so happy that she won and got a chance to go into the tournament and do some stuff there. But I wasn't very happy with how the match went, just in general, because I felt like I just got really ahead of myself and just like didn't actually take the right things that I wanted and actually fight really hard. So I wanted to give Kerri a really good match and a competitive match, but also another very fun match. And so that's why I'm very excited to get to face her again, because I think it's just going to be a good time.
All right. No matter what, I guess if you win, Chad, we'll have to have a third match down the road. Is that what we're anticipating here? Okay. This is going to go on forever. This is like Owen Hart and Bret Hart all over again. But let's bring in 3 rounds of horror trivia today. As for singles, round 1 is always the speed round. Prior to the match, Chad gave me 4 categories and Kerri gave me 4 categories, and I wrote 8 questions. They're worth 1 point apiece, and they should be numbering their boards right now 1 through 8, because I will be asking these questions in semi-rapid succession, 10 seconds apart. The round will end 10 seconds after I read the 8th question. But for the duration of this match, both players do have 3 repeats and a challenge. In this round, you could use one of those repeats and just turn it kind of into a regular round, because I'll repeat all the questions if you want me to and give you 20 seconds to clean up your board. But if you get all 8 questions right, there's a 9th bonus question, and those are all the rules. Any questions before we get started? All right, your first question comes in the Evil Dead franchise. What is Cheryl drawing a picture of before her hand becomes possessed in The Evil Dead? Your second question is in another franchise. It's the Final Destination franchise. In Final Destination, who's supposed to die after Mrs. Luton? And I did what they didn't want me to do. And M. Night Shyamalan, who plays singer Lady Raven in Trap? I gave you something you could figure out from the trailer, so there you go.
Thanks.
Your 4th question. In Edgar Wright-related movies, who directed Attack the Block? And we're going to go to Kate Siegel acted. What broken item did Jessie cut her hand on in a flashback in Gerald's game? "2000's Tobin Bell," by Tobin Bell. In Saw, in what type of location was Adam in when he was abducted? And I'm going to wrap it up with 2 cast listings questions. In 2010's cast listings, what 2018 sci-fi horror film features performances from Oscar Isaac, Tessa Thompson, and Benedict Wong? And in 2020's cast listings, what recent release has performances from Aisling Franziosi, David Dastmalchian, and Liam Cunningham? And Tram Hughes repeat will expire in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Chad first. Chad, what do you got?
All right, so I wrote Book, Carter, I couldn't remember her name, Sia Shyamalan, Joe Cornish, Mirror, Apartment, Annihilation, and Late Night with the Devil.
And Kerri.
Put Dress, Carter, M. Night Jr. I don't know. Her.
Yes.
Adam Wingard. I know that's wrong. Mirror, Home, Annihilation, and Late Night with the Devil.
At the end of round one, I have Chad in the lead 3-2. Here are the answers. She's drawing a picture of a clock when her hand becomes possessed. in
That's
Evil
fair.
Dead.
Yep.
Carter is the next one to die, but they save him in Final Destination. M. Night's daughter's name is Salika. It's just Salika is her actor, is like her music name, Salika, or Salika Night Shyamalan. M. Night Jr. is, if her first name was an M, I'd have given it to you. Joe Cornish did direct Attack the Block. Jessie cuts her hand when she breaks a drinking glass while she's holding it. So it's a drinking glass. Adam is abducted in a parking garage. Annihilation is the first movie with Tessa Thompson, Benedict Wong, and Oscar Isaac, and Aisling Franciosi, David S. Malchin, and Liam Cunningham are all on the last voyage of the Demeter.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So
Close game.
Let's move on to round number 2, which is the wheel round. All 8 of those categories from round 1 are on a wheel. Player in the lead, that being Chad, has the option to spin first or defer to their opponent. Both players get 1 turn spinning the wheel. When a player spins, they can either take the slice they land on or utilize a respin. If the respin's used, then the slice they land on has to be taken. Then the contestant gets 5 2-point questions in that category. They can opt to hear multiple choice for any question, and the question becomes worth 1 point. But if they give you an incorrect answer, the opponent can swoop in and steal. All right. Chad, you know what? All right, Chad, we'll bring that wheel in. And the categories, just to remind you, we got the Evil Dead franchise, the Final Destination franchise, M. Night Shyamalan, Edgar Wright related, Kate Siegel acted, Tobin Bell acted in the 2000s, 2010 cast listings, and 2020 cast listings. Would you like to spin first or defer?
I'll put the pressure on Kerri a little bit. I'll defer.
All right, Kerri, here's your first spin. And you get Tobin Bell acted. Do you want to keep that or spin again?
Spin that again.
All right, category you must take. It's your girl, Kate Siegel.
Okay.
I know you're a big fan. So, all right, talk about Kate Siegel. You ready, Kerri?
Let's do it.
Your first question. What is the name of the white supremacist group in The Wrath of Becky?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, the Worthy Gentlemen, B, the Noblemen, C, the Distinguished Fellows, or D, the Upright Brothers?
The Noblemen.
They are the Noblemen, and Stifler is the leader of the Noblemen. It's great.
Yep.
Your second question. Who composed the score to Gerald's Game?
The Newton Brothers.
That is correct for 2 points. Your third question. What is the meal Maddie is cooking at the beginning of Hush?
Oh gosh. Multiple choice.
Is it A, pot roast, B, Cornish game hens, C, a rack of lamb, or D, swordfish steaks?
Rack of lamb.
That is correct. Your next to last question. What type of location does Kaylee work at as an adult in Oculus, which gives her access to the mirror?
It's an auction house.
That's exactly what I have in the document. And your final question. In Ouija, Origin of Evil, Marcus is a veteran of what war?
Multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, World War II, B, World War I, C, the American Civil War, or D, the American Revolution?
Shouldn't have went to multiple. Okay. World War II.
That is correct. At the end of your part of the round, you get your score up to 9. Didn't give Chad any steals. He's still at 3. We're going to bring that wheel back in for him, though. Chad, here's your spin.
I knew most of those.
Did you know?
Great job, Kerri.
Thanks.
And you get Final Destination.
Ugh.
I'll keep it.
All right. We can get rid of this wheel now. Where is that wheel over here? Bye, wheel. Let's talk about Final Destination. You ready, Chad?
Yes.
All right. In Final Destination 5, what does Sam use to kill Peter in self-defense near the end of the film?
trying to get the wording right. I believe it is a giant meat skewer.
I will accept that. It is a part of a rotisserie. Yeah, that is correct. It's like a rotisserie spike, like the Showtime grill.
Yeah.
Your second question. Who plays security guard George Lanter in The Final Destination?
I'm probably not going to pull his name, but I know it is Benjamin Buford Blue in Forrest Gump. So go ahead and do multiple choice.
Is it A, Michael T. Williamson, B, Omar Epps, C, Taye Diggs, or D, Eric LaSalle?
A.
That is correct. Your third question. What is Lewis doing at the carnival in the picture that is taken of him in Final Destination 3?
Lewis. I'm guessing that's the main guy. No, that's Kevin. Yeah, give me multiple choice.
A, riding bumper cars, C, hitting the strongman bell, C, eating a hot dog, or D, throwing darts?
Hitting the strongman bell.
Yeah, Lewis is the football player. That's
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
Your next to last question. Where is Isaac when he is killed in Final Destination 5?
Isaac is in a massage parlor room.
That's correct. I just had spa. That's fine. I'll take that. He's definitely there for a massage. And your final question. Who composed the score to Final Destination?
The first one, Shirley Walker.
And that is correct for 2 points. So at the end of round 2, I have Chad getting his score up to 11, Kerri at 9. But game ain't over yet. We got one more round. Remember, smoke if you got 'em. Beloved boy, gone too soon. It's the Austin Pez Howell Memorial Synopsis round. Prior to the match, Chad gave me 3 categories and Kerri gave me 3 categories, general movie categories. I'm going to read them some synopses. These 6 choices are in a pool. Either player can select any category they want at any time, and then that comes out of the pool, and then whatever's remaining, they keep picking until there's none left. Player who's trailing, that'll be Kerri, goes first. She can choose which category she wants for a 2-point synopsis question. And anytime the trailing player ties or takes the lead, control switches to the other player. He'll choose categories until they take the lead. Play progresses through 2, 3, and 5-point questions. And play ends when all questions have been asked or one player is mathematically unable to catch up. So, the categories we've got today in round number 3 are this. We got 1960s and earlier, 1980s, horror comedies, literary adaptations, slashers, and zombies and other undead. Kerri, what would you like for a 2-pointer?
I'll take 1960s and earlier.
All right. Your 2-pointer. After Scott Carey begins to get smaller because of exposure to a combination of radiation and insecticide, medical science is powerless to help him. Name that movie.
Oh man, I don't think this is right. I'll say The Amazing Shrinking Man.
Is it Incredible?
You are 1 word off, and Chad did it. It is The Incredible Shrinking Man. That is it. All right, so let me go up here. Let me edit out this guy. So we'll stick with you. For 3 points, what would you like? 1980s horror comedies, literary adaptations, slashers, or zombies and other undead?
I'll do 1980s.
Okay. 3 points in 1980s. When an archaeologist uncovers a strange skull in foreign land, the residents of a nearby town begin to disappear, leading to further inexplicable occurrences. Name that movie.
I'll use a repeat.
That's your first repeat. When an archaeologist uncovers a strange skull in a foreign land, the residents of a nearby town begin to disappear, leading to further inexplicable occurrences. Name that movie.
I don't know. This isn't right. I'll go the Heretic Exorcist 2.
That is incorrect. Looking for the lair of the white worm. That is the lair of the white worm.
Yeah.
Whoa.
All right, let me remove
That's a rough one.
80s from here. And your 5-pointer, you'll choose from those categories. What would you like out of horror comedies, literary adaptations, slashers, and zombies and other undead?
I'll do horror comedies.
All right. It all comes down to this. Horror comedies for 5. An invitation to a Halloween gathering leads a man into the hands of a collective intent on murdering him for the sake of their art, sparking a bloodbath of mishap, mayhem, and hilarity. Name that movie.
Oh my gosh, I might get the exact title wrong. I can't. I think it's called Murder Party.
For 5 points. That is exactly
Yes.
what that movie
The
is called.
Salmier film. Nice.
All right, Chad, we're going to go over to you then. So we'll take horror comedies off the list, and you are left with. She took them right in order. It's great. It was very easy to delete those. So you get these literary adaptations, slashers, zombies, and other undead. What would you like for a 2-pointer?
What's the score?
You have 11. Kerri has 14.
Okay. For 2, let me do zombies and other undead.
Here we go. Following a zombie outbreak in Las Vegas, a group of mercenaries take the ultimate gamble, venturing into the quarantine zone to pull off the greatest heist ever attempted. Name that movie.
I believe it's called Army of the Dead.
That is Army of the Dead. That is correct. All right. We'll get rid of zombies and other undead from this list and use it the last one. See, this makes it so easy to edit these things. Here we go. For 3 points, literary adaptations or slashers. What would you like?
Let me do literary adaptations.
And here it is for the win. A love triangle develops between a beautiful yet dangerous vampire, her cellist companion, and a gerontologist. Name that movie.
Is this Only Lovers Left Alive?
It is not. It's much earlier than that. This is The Hunger with Susan Sarandon and David Bowie and all those fun folks.
Okay.
All right. So we are down to slashers for 5.
Yeah.
And it goes a little something like this. A young Romanian woman and a recovering drug addict launch an unlikely investigation after her parents are murdered by a vicious serial killer known as the Headhunter. Name that movie.
I have no idea what this is.
3, 2.
Repeat.
That's your first repeat. A young Romanian woman and a recovering drug addict launch an unlikely investigation after her parents are murdered by a vicious serial killer known as the Headhunter. Name that movie. That 4, 3.
Repeat.
That's your second repeat. A young Romanian woman and a recovering drug addict launch an unlikely investigation after her parents are murdered by a vicious serial killer known as the Headhunter. Name that movie.
I don't think I know this, but I'll go ahead and just guess a movie we watched recently, A Bay of Blood.
You're in the right area of the world, but incorrect. And your winner, Kerri Webb. This is Dario Argento's Trauma. This is from the 90s.
I don't know. I haven't seen that one.
All right. That being said, we'll drop Kerri back briefly. Chad, your attempt for revenge did not happen.
Yeah,
I do know Hunter wants to take a crack at Kerri too. Everyone's just asking to play Kerri.
because they love her. Yeah.
Yeah, you should feel good about that. Like people just want to spend time with Kerri and playing trivia. How you feeling though after this match?
I feel much better than the last time. But last time, Kerri really came to play, and she just gunned hard, did super well in round 1, and then round 2 she just crushed it. And she did the same here. I was able to get a slight lead in round 1, but it's 3-2. That's nothing to boast about, really. It's very slim. And then she crushed round 2, and I was very fortunate to get Final Destination still after winning the Final Destination exhibition, still be able to crank out some round 2 level questions in there. It just happened. Kerri chose the one she chose, and then I was ended up with the ones that I got. And some of the questions I just didn't know those movies, and it is what it is. But she had some hard ones in round 3 as well, and then she was able to pull more Murder Party. We both have seen Murder Party and love it, but I don't even know if I would have been able to pull that. So she won this handily, and I'm so happy for her. And I don't know, down the line, I'd still like to play her again, because
we're gonna make it happen. we're gonna play her until you win, until she lets you win. That's what's gonna happen.
There you go.
We'll see you soon. I'll drop you back, Chad, and bring in today's winner. Kerri, I think you've hit a 5-pointer before, but if you haven't, welcome to the 5-pointers club.
This is my second time hitting a 5-pointer, but
yeah,
I did it. I missed by 2 and my 3, which is crazy.
I will say Lair of the White Worm is a popular movie, but it's not. It's like a popular movie that nobody's seen, which is weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I know the title, but yeah, had no idea what the movie was actually about.
Right. Well, how are you feeling after this win against somebody who's probably 50 feet from you?
Yeah. I hope Chad feels better, at least about this match, because it really came down to round 3, and because he was totally beating me before that. He ran that Final Destination round. So yeah, and we're both kind of weak in round 3. That's definitely our weakest area, both of us. And if he had gotten, I think he would have gotten Murder Party, because that's one I think round 3, as much as you study plot synopses, it comes down to what you've seen and what you haven't. So
yeah, I think if you had hit that 2, it would have gone over to Chad, and it would have totally like the order of what was picked for what things would have been changed. So those questions might have even gotten read.
Yeah,
there's that too. But like I just said to Chad, you're popular. Hunter wants a match with you too, but we're not going to do that back to back. We're not going to smother you. And in a few weeks, I'll get you in here with Hunter. How do you feel about that?
Love for it to be November or later, because Hunter and I both have, and Chad too, are trying to watch 61 Days of Horror movies that we stupidly pre-planned, and we shouldn't have.
Well, tell Hunter that, because he messages me every day. But I will tell him hey, allegedly you're doing something on your channel with your buddies. Why don't you slow down, Hunter Chambliss? Too much on your plate. But we'll make it happen in November. That sounds good. November is a great time for you to play Hunter.
Yeah.
So look for that on the channel. Kerri, it's always a pleasure having you here. You and Chad have a great rest of your evening. I'm going to drop you back. That makes it the end of this video. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Go to the Facebook group Why We Love Horror. Go to the TikTok at WWL Horror. I don't even know if I'll still be in the Face of Horror competition at this point in time, but if I am, you can vote for me at that website. I appreciate it. The schedule on this website is always the same on this YouTube channel. Mondays versus Tuesdays, horror headlines. Wednesdays, special edition. Thursday, Why We Love Horror. And Friday, you're watching it. Why We Love Horror Trivia. So thanks for stopping by. We absolutely appreciate you doing that. And here's that great outro.
Game over.
I'll fucking kill you!